Blake Lively is losing it after the judge just revealed her hidden plot to undermine content creators and twist the facts. From staging postponements to requesting 50,000 hours of footage she had already reviewed, her scheme is crumbling fast. Making it worse, she teamed up with the very person accused alongside her to delay the discovery process. Now Blake's out here treating the courtroom like it's her latest film project, only this time the script is trash and she's scribbling it in crayon. Her deposition on July 17th at 125 Park Avenue, 9th floor, is approaching fast, and guess what? She's pulling every stunt imaginable to dodge it. Her whole legal tactic is basically delay, dodge, and demand. Testify? Absolutely not. Blake would rather choke on a gluten-free muffin than sit face-to-face with a lawyer and respond truthfully under oath. Let's break down her brilliant legal argument. She claimed she needed to watch 50,000 hours of footage before she could prepare. Yeah, 50,000 hours. That's over 2,000 days, or more than 5.5 years of non-stop viewing. You'd have to stream videos from the cradle to the coffin to make it through that. Meanwhile, the real footage amounts to barely 150 hours. She's out here multiplying numbers like her brain's a broken calculator and still gets the math wrong. This is what happens when actors get so comfortable controlling their scripts that they think they can run the courtroom too. But this isn't a director's cut, it's a deposition. And here's the kicker. Blake was aware of the August 14th deposition deadline from the beginning, yet she waited 3 full months after requesting footage on February 20th to even act like it mattered. That's not an oversight, that's a masterclass in bad intent. And don't worry, the court's not fooled by her act either. Judges even cited Second Circuit precedent to basically say, Blake, you can't just binge raw footage and spin a fake victim tale like it's some kind of fanfiction. But that's exactly what she's trying to pull off. It's not about clarity, it's about crafting a shiny false story that paints her as the innocent flower among thorns. Oh, and let's not forget, she already reviewed and cut this footage herself when she hijacked It Ends With Us. But suddenly she needs to watch it again? What now? She's color correcting her own emotional breakdown. Just when you think this circus can't get more unhinged, she pulls a daytime drama twist with Stephanie Jones, the very woman she blamed for being part of a smear campaign. Yep, after throwing Stephanie and her PR agency, Jones Works, under the bus, Blake shows up in court arm in arm with her like they're brunch buddies. Together, they plead for the judge to postpone their depositions like nothing ever went down. Thankfully, the Wayfarer legal team clapped back with a brutal letter to Judge Lyman calling out the phony alliance. That letter practically yelled, "Your Honor, check out this clown parade." And honestly, they weren't wrong. Blake never locked in a deposition date, never claimed unavailability, and even cancelled one herself. Yes, I'm talking about Melissa Nathan, and still had the audacity to accuse the other side of dragging things out. That's like setting your kitchen on fire and blaming the fire department for the smoke. And Stephanie Jones isn't innocent either. She got served properly and still didn't offer new dates. It's like watching 2 kids plug their ears and scream la la la, while the grown-ups are trying to talk. When the judge reviewed their motion, he didn't even need a highlighter. The thing got shredded for showing 0 effort, which is literally the lowest bar under the federal rules of civil procedure. Like, they teach this stuff in day 1 of law school, and these 2 couldn't even meet that. But wait, it gets even messier. Blake decided, again, that she needs to analyze every single second of the footage like she's in the CIA searching for hidden expressions. And here's the wild part. She's not even in most of the clips. She's seriously combing through footage she's not even part of. For what? To find a phantom shadow in the background and call it harassment? Her mission is obvious. Pause a blurry frame, circle her elbow, and claim it's abuse. This isn't satire. She's literally trying to invent a harassment case out of thin air. The footage doesn't even relate to the harassment or defamation she's complaining about. It's part of an entirely separate case, and yet she keeps pushing the narrative like it's all connected. Everyone in the courtroom sees through it. Blake Lively isn't battling injustice, she's battling irrelevance, and she's clearly losing. The worst part? Her entire sob story is built on absolutely nothing. No messages, no emails, no phone calls, no friends backing her claims. Not even a basic rough day text to a group chat. But now she wants to dig through footage hoping to twist anything she finds into a soap opera narrative. Honestly, if that's the bar, I might as well watch Shrek and say I saw my childhood issues reflected in Donkey's eyes. Let's not forget the last time she made an accusation, the kissing scene drama. Blake suggested something shady occurred, but audio surfaced proving nothing happened at all, and she didn't even realize that audio existed. It completely dismantled her story. Now she's scrambling to ensure no more surprise recordings can blow up her next made-up tale. That's why she's obsessing over every second of footage. Because Blake isn't after the truth, she wants to maintain control. She's not interested in facing consequences for lying, she just wants to re-edit them. And now that the court's finally catching on, she's spinning harder than a junior PR assistant in full-blown damage control. She's dragging her heels on a deposition using footage she's already tampered with, teaming up with someone she previously accused of plotting against her, claiming harassment in clips where she doesn't even appear, and fabricating trauma without a single piece of actual evidence. Meanwhile, the court's response is crystal clear: you've had since February. No one's buying this. The deadline's August 14th, either show up or step aside. Her legal team apparently thought they were filming CSI, Celebrity Meltdown, because the search terms they pushed in subpoenas were laughably absurd. I swear someone shook a magic 8-ball and typed whatever it said. Who asks for keywords like anonymous, buried, crisis management digital expert, and, my personal favorite, Hawaii? What were they hoping to find? A secret Justin Bolden surf getaway conspiracy? Maybe some top-secret files hidden in a pineapple patch? This wasn't legal strategy. It was a breakdown formatted into legal PDFs. And if you thought those keyword demands were wild, wait until you see who she targeted: Candace Owens, Perez Hilton, Megyn Kelly, Andy Signore, and a whole buffet of online personalities. Not defendants, not witnesses, not involved at all, just people who said something unflattering about her online. That's like suing a Yelp reviewer because your overpriced salad was soggy. These people aren't connected to the actual case, they just had opinions. And apparently for Blake, that's a crime. Her keyword list was even more over the top. Her attorneys searched for terms like destroy, obscure, upbots, execution doc, she might dream team, and even HR complaint. Were they trying to uncover a Disney-level evil plot involving workplace gossip, AI bots, and a secret plan called Operation Cancel Me Softly? And then, just to top it all off, they even dragged Scooter Braun into this. Yes, that's Scooter Braun. Are we living inside a Taylor Swift revenge fanfic now? Is this the Blake Lively cinematic universe? And just when you think it couldn't get more petty, Blake's legal team subpoenaed 2 junior PR staffers from Melissa Nathan's agency. Regular folks just doing their jobs. They didn't ask for just emails or docs. Nope, they demanded full on-site data extraction over the July 4th holiday weekend. While normal Americans were flipping burgers, these poor employees had to hand over their phones, because Blake can't handle criticism. If your legal plan involves wrecking someone's holiday over a meme, you're not the victim, you're the villain. And let's not ignore Perez Hilton, because this man is absolutely thriving while, in his own words, living rent-free inside Blake's brain. He was named twice in legal filings. Twice. Her legal squad is digging through his inbox like they expect to find the missing link to her public meltdown. Perez publicly mocked the whole ordeal. That's how unserious it's become. Even the targets of her legal tantrum are laughing. But it's not just about overreaching search terms or picking on content creators. Blake's obsession with controlling the narrative has turned the courtroom into her personal PR war zone. Minus the actual press. She didn't subpoena big outlets like TMZ or People. Why? Because that would risk revealing how deep her behind-the-scenes deals really go. Blake didn't want the court poking around those cozy relationships. Instead, she came after small creators, the influencers, YouTubers, and critics she thought she could intimidate into silence. And let's be honest, this isn't just shady, it's coordinated. TMZ somehow got subpoena details before the actual recipients. That's not a coincidence. Influencers like Candace Owens and Perez Hilton didn't find out from the court, they found out from TMZ articles. You don't need a JD to recognize that someone intentionally leaked that to control the media spin. And guess who's calling her out? The Daily Mail, the one outlet actually reporting the manipulation. But even that got messy fast. Their journalist, James Vushka, who had been covering the case, was allegedly pushed to sign a false sworn statement, and then he was mysteriously let go just weeks later, fired after attempting to reveal the truth. If that doesn't scream a PR takedown, what does? Make no mistake, these subpoenas were never about real justice. They were threats dressed up in legal costume. Blake's agenda was simple: silence the people who dared to speak out, the same people she happily used when it benefited her image. And that's the irony. She built her brand using these exact platforms. Betty Buzz, Aviation Gin, It Ends With Us, all boosted by the same influencers and digital voices she's now trying to crush. Blake built her empire brick by brick with influencer support, and now she's lobbing stones at the very structure holding it up. But let's move past her courtroom tantrums and talk about the toxic energy she allegedly brings to every film set. A former actress from the rhythm section spoke out, revealing constant delays, blatant disrespect, and cold silence. According to her, Blake arrived late, avoided eye contact, refused to rehearse, and created such an uncomfortable environment that the actress would literally hide in hallways to avoid her. Imagine being so difficult that your co-stars would rather loiter near a vending machine than share the same air. And then there's the man behind the meltdown, Ryan Reynolds. Mr. Maximum Effort himself. The guy who managed to wreck his wife's reputation while casually sipping his gin. Because let's be honest, none of this chaos exists without him quietly pulling the strings behind the scenes. He literally said in a Variety Actor on Actor interview, "If I fail, I want to be the one responsible for my own failure." Well, congrats, Ryan. This isn't just failure, it's demolition. You didn't just trigger a bomb, you designed the blueprint for collapse, set the timer, and handed the map to someone else so you could dodge the fallout. Justin Baldoni is taking the heat for a PR catastrophe that Ryan essentially orchestrated with the same micromanaging energy he probably uses to order coffee. Ryan didn't just contribute to It Ends With Us marketing, he hijacked it. His company, Maximum Effort, was behind the entire rollout. Trailers, interviews, social media pushes. It all had Ryan's fingerprints smudged all over like fast food grease. The result? A total implosion. Instead of drumming up hype, the campaign triggered a wave of backlash that devoured Blake whole. Sure, the movie made money, but that wasn't the issue. The issue was Blake got cancelled beyond repair. From casting criticism to media disasters to viral creator takedowns, the damage was irreversible. And what did Ryan do? Own up? Apologize? Not a chance. They threw Justin Baldoni and Wayfarer under the bus like some interns who clicked the wrong tweet. Ryan controlled it, Blake crumbled, and Justin got blamed. And Ryan's still not done. He's going scorched earth, dragging PR reps, colleagues, assistants, and even content creators through the mud. Anyone who so much as retweeted a spicy meme is being treated like a cyber criminal. He's using lawsuits like Windex to wipe away bad headlines, erasing negative press like it's an IMDb credit he regrets. And here's the kicker, the same media sites he's accusing of slander are the exact ones he used to boost Aviation Gin, Betty Buzz, and Rex MFC. He built his billionaire image through influencer buzz and favorable press. Now he's attacking that same ecosystem for calling out his wife's flop. It's hypocrisy at its finest. Ryan weaponized influencer culture to become America's favorite brand builder. Now he's trying to torch the machine he helped create, using Blake as his legal shield. He's hiding behind her court filings, hoping no one sees he's the one who struck the match. February 20th, 2025. Blake finally asks for footage, not through a formal motion but sheer desperation. The judge steps in and issues a production deadline because someone had to adult before she rewrote the Constitution in final draft. Between June 30th and July 1st, Blake's team scrambles to collect data from third-party devices. Regular PR employees who just wanted a long weekend, now trapped in chaos. Her lawyers go full conspiracy mode, expanding search keywords into something that reads more like a deranged Reddit thread. Terms like anonymous, bots, scooter. It was less subpoena, more BuzzFeed quiz from hell. On July 6th, the court is hit with documents revealing Blake's team is targeting creators like Perez Hilton and Candace Owens because apparently she thinks YouTubers are orchestrating her downfall via secret Slack groups. Between July 14th to 18th, non-party PR employees beg for more time to deal with these outrageous subpoenas. People who aren't even involved in the case, just collateral damage in Blake's ego war. July 17th is the big one. Blake's deposition officially scheduled. No edits. No previews. Just her, a lawyer, and the truth she's been dodging like TMZ cameras. August 14th, the final deadline for all depositions. Unless of course this circus act somehow gets extended again, which, let's be real, Blake will probably attempt. September 30th, the new date Wayfarer suggested just to clean up the mess she left behind, because when you stall for months, everyone else has to reset their clocks. This isn't just chaotic. It's strategic dysfunction masquerading as legal procedure. And all roads lead to the same smoldering disaster. What began as a lawsuit over a failed film and some PR drama has erupted into a full-blown legal war zone, and Blake is at the center of every lie, every misstep, every contradiction. Her name is etched into it like a designer logo, only instead of fragrance, the scent is pure turmoil. She tried so hard to cast herself as the victim. Poor Blake, targeted, mistreated, harassed. But the truth is leaking out like water from a busted pipe. The emails, the footage, the subpoenas, the edits, they all lead back to her. She didn't fall into this scandal. She engineered it. And now, the very content creators she tried to silence are linking up. Even ones she didn't subpoena are joining the roast. On Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, it's an ongoing flame war, and Blake's the punchline. The court of public opinion isn't just shifting, it's revolting. People are done with the fake victim mask, the silence, the manipulation. Meanwhile, Ryan's empire is collapsing one brand at a time, and Blake's image is vanishing frame by frame. This isn't just a courtroom mess, it's a slow-motion implosion with court transcripts. And the legal system isn't looking away. Every delay, every media stunt, every shady tactic is being recorded, time-stamped, documented, and preserved for the judge, the jury, and the public. No matter how much spin they try to put on it, the facts aren't going anywhere. If Blake thought she was writing her redemption arc, she might want to rewind the footage, because what she's really directed is her own downfall. And this time, there's no final cut to save her. Blake's courtroom circus has only just begun.